Hi, I'm Trish from GoBake. Today I'm going to show you how to marble using Satin roll fondant. It's a product imported from America, has a lovely vanilla flavour to it. When you roll it out and put it on top of your cake, it will not dry hard, it stays beautiful and soft. It also feels like satin on the top. So to marble the satin ice, roll out some satin ice into sausages. It's always good to have a base colour, so you always add more of that colour, so that sausage is just a little bit bigger. And then put the other ones around it. With satin ice, when you take it out of the pail, give it a bit of a knead up to soften it. That's quite important. I've pre-softened this. So I'm just rolling these out into sausages. Okay? And wrapping them around. Now at this stage, it looks a little bit like a strange hot dog, but that's what you want it to look like, okay? So rub it over, make sure they're all sticking, and then twist it 3 times. That's 1, 2, and 3. Then make a Z or an S, just like that, and then give it a squeeze and roll it back out into another sausage. Again, repeat the first step. So you twist it 3 times, make a Z or an S, squish it up, and roll it back into a sausage. At this stage, you're going to twist this up like a spring. So what you're doing is you're going to line all those little lines of fondant up, so you've got all those cool colours all lined up in a row. Okay? So now we're just going to push the ends in. Don't make this too long and too thin, because then when you roll it out, so I'm going to roll to about that wide. You want to make it a little bit shorter and fatter. If you're doing a cake that's an 8-inch round with 2-inch sides, this needs to be at least 12 inches long to cover that cake with. Okay, now I'm going to roll this out, but I do want to talk to you about Perfect Finish Decorating Cream. This is a product from GoBake. We use this instead of icing sugar and corn flour. Corn flour and icing sugar will dry out your fondant. It will take out the moisture from it. You don't want that. We want to keep it nice and moist so it doesn't crack when it goes on our cakes. So I'm going to take a small amount of the Perfect Finish. I'm going to rub this on my work surface. Now I'm going to roll it out. As you can see, you get these very cool lines. The rule when you're rolling out the satin ice, if you want very bold lines, keep it thick. If you want it thin, keep rolling. So those lines are determined by the thickness. The thinner it gets, the more marbled it will become. I'm just going to show you how to put this onto a board to cover a board for a cake, because it looks great on a board where you're putting a white cake on top. Flip it over your rolling pin. Always check the other side, because sometimes that looks pretty good as well. That may be what you want. Pop it onto your board. Smooth it out. Just feel around the edge of your board so you know where to cut. Then take a blade shell tool. These blades are a lot sharper than what they look. They're very good for cutting off excess fondant from around boards. Don't chop, just take it in strokes. If you chop it, you'll get those jagged edges. And there's the board covered with the marbling technique. I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to show you how to do it for the cupcakes. So we're going to just take some of the excess here, roll out just a little bit thinner, take a circle cutter that's the same size, or just a little bit bigger than the top of your cupcake, and cut it out. This is a very quick and easy way to make cupcakes. As you can see, we've done lots of different colours. It doesn't take long, it's very quick and easy. And if you're a busy working mum and your child comes home and says to you, I really want something to take to school tomorrow, this will take you exactly half an hour to whip up a couple of dozen cupcakes like this. So this is it here. Now, you'll never waste this fondant. You're going to mix it up and you're going to create a whole different colour. And then you pop it in a snap-lock bag and then you can use that whenever you want. If you half mix it, you get an even cooler marble. Okay. You can also make little buttons with it. So take 2 small size circle cutters and just cut those out. Take the size down and flip it over. Line those circles up and just give it a wee push down for that rim of the button. Take something with a point on the end, the bulb tool is really good for this, and just make your little wee holes for the centre of your buttons, and that's all you need to do for your buttons. Put those away to dry and then put them on top of your cupcakes and your cakes. We also can make butterflies and blossoms using the same technique with the marbling, but using it to cut out things like the butterflies and the flowers. And this just takes those up to another level. And I'm going to put one of those onto a cupcake with a tiny bit of water. When using satin ice, you don't need to use any sugar glue. Satin ice has gums in it, and the water reacts with the gums and creates a glue all of its own. So just a little tiny bit of dab of water. If you're putting butterflies on top of cupcakes and they're dried like they're flying, they won't sit properly. You'll need to stick them on with a tiny little bit of wet fondant to make them stand up. So take a little bit of the satin ice, brush a tiny bit of water onto it, pop it into the centre, and then just pop your butterfly on there, and that will stay up. Okay, so this is the satin ice marbling technique done 3 ways: covering a board, covering cupcakes, and making butterflies and blossoms with it.